A mole is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, and that's particles. The masses of each element are different because each element has a different atomic mass.
The periodic table is set up for 1 mole.
To find the molar mass of an element, let's say we're looking for oxygen, you'll write O down. Then you'll look at the periodic table and you'll see that it's 15.99. And then you'll have to round and it becomes 16.0. To find a compound, let's say we're looking for H2O, you would find hydrogen on the periodic table, which is 1.00. Then you would round up, but it stays the same. So then since there are 2 over here, you would multiply 1.0 times 2, and that would equal 2.0. Then you already know that oxygen is 16, so you would add those together, and it equals 18.0.
In order to convert moles to grams, we must start out with what we're given. So let's say we're given 2.2 moles of oxygen, and that is our question. Well, then we must write down what we're given, which is 2.2 moles of oxygen. Write our multiplication inequality line and write 1 mole at the bottom. This causes for these two to cross out, thus leaving the top, which is grams of oxygen. Using the periodic table, you would find 1 mole, or the atomic mass of oxygen, which would be 15.99, which thus you would round up using the tens place, which would be 16.0. After this, you do 2.2 times 16.0. This would equal, in order to convert grams to moles, we must use what we were given. So let's say we're given 0.076 grams of H2O. We must use what we were given to where we put 0.06 grams of H2O, like we did the last time. The only difference is this is a compound and not an element, but we'd still use the same equality line, down 1 mole at the top, because if we would put it at the bottom, then these two cannot cross out. We would put grams of H2O. Now to find this, it's a little different than a compound because you must find H2O, which was discussed earlier, which would be 1.0 times 2, which equal 2.0 plus 16.0, which would equal 18.0. So this would be 18.0. These two would cross out. Make sure to always remember to add your units and your element on top. And you would have 0.06 divided by 18.0 H2O. This would equal something like 0.004222 and continuous. Now when you look back at your top, you only have 2 significant figures because this 0 is just a placeholder, and so is this one, so they wouldn't count as significant figures. Go down here, these 2 are insignificant, but these figures are. So you would use your 2, round if you could, but you can't. So your final answer would be 0.0042, and you have mole of H2O still left, so it would be moles H2O.